Somebody is ready for the season, and I don't know about you, but if you are ready to tune in, welcome to The Current. We are at Frolic, which has pretty much kind of become the unofficial official home of the voice of C38. A nice little key perk to coming to Frolic is that on game days for away parties, 10% of the take at the bar goes back to C38. I'm drinking the Citra, which it's an IPA. It's their flagship IPA.
Yeah.
5.9 ABV.
Cheers. Cheers to the 2019 season.
What do you got?
I've got the Carrot Cake Saison. It's a 6.0er. Fantastic. I love it. It's actually my favorite beer from Frolic. And the reason why is because it has such nice subtle flavors. Not bitter. It's not too sweet. It's a nice balance. It's my go-to beer for Frolic Brewing. I appreciate it.
Rapid stuff.
The
The new away kit was dropped on recording day, so they're calling it the Black Diamond kit, which goes to the community and Black Diamond being the ski resorts and the hardest trails to go down. But you can't call it a Black Diamond kit if there's no Black Diamond logo. Is it pretty sleek and nice looking and clean? Yes.
It is.
Stupid, sexy Flanders!
Yeah.
But it's not a Black Diamond kit.
It'll last maybe a month, and I'll spill shit on it.
If you can get a month out of that, look, dude, this is like this jersey's pushing a decade plus, and I'm telling you, if it wasn't for spot bleach, good luck trying to get like your whites to match. I can't get my undersleeve. Yeah, that's just part of the problem with white, I think.
I don't know if we should read some of these comments about the kit.
It does kind of, a 3-year-old procrastinated on a coloring book activity. That's not a bad kind of way of putting
Matt.
it. I mean, it's like calling a filly when it's chicken instead of beef.
Hey,
You can't.
they just wanted to be Mario with the flower, just all instantly white. You can shoot firepower.
I think really a lot of the comments go to a lot of these teams are going with the white, and with Adidas cutting the long sleeve kits and making a lot of their other kits look like other teams' white kits. And a lot of teams do seem to have white kits now, or at least for this season.
Fashion has changed. No, it hasn't.
And having a white kit is nice when it's 110 degrees outside.
Yeah. If you haven't watched the Crookham interview already, the voice of C38 did an interview with him. It was a presser.
Well, so basically we got to talk about the homegrown movement and the youth development that is kind of the up-and-coming movement with the club.
Yeah.
And the ties with the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. I can't even say that straight sober. But other than that, we got to know about a little bit of what's going on with the collaboration between the Switchbacks and the Rapids, and maybe an idea of how many Rapids we expect to see in the Springs, because he talked about fulfilling USL contracts and the fact that academy players can play in USL games. Well, moving forward, we do have, we can chat briefly about preseason. We mentioned player development. Acosta got signed today to a new deal.
This was breaking news. It's not for you guys now, but it's breaking to us.
It is, and so 800,000-ish with a club option for 22-23. This is a kind of a big thing because there was a lot of worry, I think, within the supporters group of whether or not he might be Europe bound. But this gives the Rapids a bit more control. They don't have to share the rights with Dallas anymore.
No. Nope.
That's key.
That's true.
So, yeah. We got to see, we didn't personally get to see the game against the Vegas Lights.
Oh, yeah.
The Voices Colin was there, and so was Brian.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A lot of it came back as, this is preseason, it's development, but the announcers there talked a lot of shit.
Did they really?
Yeah. They just didn't really, they took it maybe kind of like a Knights game or just maybe some other Vegas entertainment, but to those who were used to old school or normal soccer, they weren't really used to actual PA announcers being a little crass, I suppose.
I've seen an Englishman take a blow like that since Hugh Grant. Dude, that is not cool.
Yeah, there was a negative light kickoff party. Who's really finally ready? Party. So if you're
really
not
is.
planning on going, plan on it. There's going to be a player.
Friday.
We don't know who.
It's Friday.
And not only that, we might get a call in from Pareg. We'll ask some questions, kind of get a little bit of insight. The whole idea is just to get pumped and amped for Saturday. At the kickoff party.
We have auctions and raffles.
Because what better way to like get free merch and all that kind of
merch.
stuff?
Yeah,
Which actually we're going to talk more about the merch later.
Yep.
We're going to do a FIFA tournament.
Shit, when was the last time I saw...
I was just going to say
or-
half of your like C38 fam.
Yeah.
Like really, or more than that, 2/3 of it. I mean, unless you've been, Town Hall was great. Love seeing everybody that participated and
thank you.
came. And hope we got your questions answered. Sidebar there. But other than that, this is the last opportunity to shake off the dust that has been the off season.
Yeah.
And to come out and kind of train your liver. Tifo painting.
Yes. Oh, right. Yeah, so... I know we don't talk about this very much, and I'm sorry, Tifo crew, but
We're doing it now, man.
we're doing a lot of Tifo
Ladies.
paintings. So if you're not part of Facebook's, there are a few different groups that if you are not a part of and want to contribute, please, there's the Section 108, Section 116, 117 on Facebook groups. Volunteering for C38 is one of the things that I really enjoy because I find value in contributing to the community in the cause in soccer and just being a part of that. One of the things that you can do is painting on the Tifo. The Tifo painting, when you see it drop, you're like, oh my gosh, who did that? Where did the painting come from? You know, it's one of those things that do happen literally every month. We're working on our home opener.
That's because it got snowed on.
It got. Let's go to some video. It was rough. It was bleeding burgundy, like he was shoveling.
So, moving forward, home opener, because we were kind of talking about the Tifo for
We
the home
were,
opener.
yeah, home
This thing, I mean, how can it not be epic? I mean, we all have been waiting. The preseason has happened. Almost like July 4th, but better because it's the beginning of the season. Yeah, merchandise. At the tailgates, there's going to be a whole lot of new merch. New shirts, new hats, scarves.
I don't know if I'm breaking some news to people, but...
And what better way to break the news than the fact that the C38 has Salt Lake toilet paper? How could I have skipped over the Salt Lake toilet paper?
Thank you, Juan, for the genius idea.
So thanks to those that showed up at Wagner's house as we accumulated some
Tons of fun.
recordings.
Here's some video.
Walking in a rapids wonderland, and over there is some quiet.
That was tons of fun.
It was. And you'll get to have those recordings coming soon via our websites and whatnot. We're going to be recording a new series called C38 on the Streets. We're going to be highlighting C38's own mascot, that is Boraz.
for you,
So if you
Boraz.
see Boraz with a microphone and you want to jump on in to be part of C38 on the Streets,
Yep.
we encourage that.
Leonardo DiCaprio! Yes! I know where you took him from me! You took him from me!
I can't wait.
This is
I really can't.
It's going to be fun.
amazing.
Anyway, speaking of games, we could kind of switch this up here. And
yeah.
we've got basically the list of games that we've got going on this
List
March.
of games.
So, yes, the home opener on the 2nd.
Home
Plan on
opener
being
the
there.
2nd.
If you haven't planned on being there, then you need to be out of town or have an excuse why not. Second game after that.
March 9th versus Seattle.
So that's an away game.
Wait,
We will
you
be
said home.
here.
Blues Bruce and the Celtic are doing their thing.
The next game, St. Patty's game.
The St. Patty's game is going to...
We got KC at home Sunday. Now, right now, this, like, as of time of recording, we're laughing because this is a 7 o'clock Sunday night game. I think it's a joke. No matter what, we're playing on St. Patty's Day. So if you've got the green kits, the ones that went opposite of this,
I don't.
you got to sport that. Remind the club that there was green once involved. Yeah, all right. So then we got the third game of the month. That one's against Dallas in Dallas.
March 23rd, it's an away game. So for all these away games, the Voice of C38 is going to be here recording, live broadcasting during the halftime show. We will perform a show of sorts. I'm not sure what it's going to be. It could be juggling of sorts, and we'll just juggle, stuff like that.
Final game of the month for March. We're ending it at home. Houston.
Oh, we're playing Houston.
We sent Marley to Houston.
Oh, Houston. Oh.
Any chance we'll see him?
Yeah, of course. You know
I
what?
give you that.
Rapids. Rapids for life.
Cheers to that. So, as we kind of wind down on our beers and finish out the month's worth of content, keeping you guys current, the Voice of C38 content. Our podcast is back on the regular, so you can catch us live on Twitter, Periscope on Tuesdays, or we drop our podcast on the website, the Voice of C38 website, or in your C38 emails.
Yep.
Come Thursdays.
We have other things that are going to be happening, as well as recording in bars for the actual podcast.
It's kind of like Voice of C38 on the road. We're taking what was the best concept of Untapped,
Yeah.
and including the entire cast and the rest of C38. We want to have people be able to come out to the bars and catch a live cast or a live recording and be able to interact with us as we all kind of just give our opinions and input on what is Rapids.
We're going to continue to grow the podcast. The Voice of C38 podcast is one of those on the way to work, back from work. Oh my gosh, this is what's going on with C38 and the Rapids. I mean, it's great, informative information that you're not going to get. So cheers to Frolic Brewing.
All that is Frolic.
And hey, thank you so much again for joining us to the current.
If this isn't keeping you current, then I don't know what is.
Cheers, folks. Hey folks, welcome to the current. This is the cool current.
I can't compete with shades.
I gotta get my stomach current with this beer.
You got beer in your eye, and I'm like dripping it out of my mustache.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we are totally falling off the rails here.